All right, guys, so hey, look, I just got back from the 2025 Texas Open Fire meetup this past weekend, and it was an awesome time. Look for the content to come out on our Black Smoke Barbecue Podcast YouTube channel, because we shot a lot of content out there for that. But it inspired me, man. I love open fire cooking, live fire cooking. So that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna do a dish on open fire that many people don't think about doing. What is it? We're gonna do an Oso Buco Ravioli. If you with it, let's get it. All right, so to get started with this recipe here, I've got some Oso Buco, and I just got this from my local Costco, and we're gonna get it seasoned up. Now, as I often do with beef, I like using the American Pitmaster Wow and OG, and so that's what we're gonna get onto these this Oso Buco. Now, if you don't really know what Oso Buco is, it's basically just a beef shank. So you've got plenty of meat there, and then you've got the bone there in the middle. It's got some good bone marrow in there. And so, yeah, that's what we've got here. So we're gonna get this all seasoned up so we can get it on. All right, guys, so now that we got our Oso Buco all seasoned up, we're gonna get it on the grill. Now today, I'm gonna be using my Backline Fabrications live fire cooker, and we're gonna be using it with harder charcoal lump and some post oak, of course. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our Argentinian discada on, and let's get to cooking. All right, we got our Argentinian discada on here, and I got a little oil in here, and we're gonna go ahead and get this Oso Buco on. So we're gonna put this on right here. Gotta love that sizzle when you get it into the pan there. So we got this Oso Buco in here, and we're just gonna brown it up here right quick. And yeah, that's the game plan right now. Guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Alton, aka the Dawgfatha, and this is Barbecue Boulevard, where my aim is to help elevate your backyard grilling game. Now, if you're enjoying what you're seeing here, or at least finding some value in what you're seeing here, please consider giving me that thumbs up and subscribing to the channel and enable that bell so you get notified every time we upload a video to this channel. All right, so let's get back to this cook. Okay, so now that we got our Oso Buco, or our beef shanks, brown, we're gonna go ahead and get these out of the pan. And we're gonna get ready to get our vegetables in. All right, we're gonna get some garlic in here. Kind of get that moving around. And then we're gonna get our veggies in. Now our veggies is just it's a mirepoix, which is onions and celery and carrots. And I've also added in some peppers. So I've got some bell peppers, some red peppers, some yellow peppers, some orange peppers, all mixed in here. And that's what we got going on. So we're just gonna kind of saute this down a little bit. This is just great aromatics to put into your dishes, so that's why we got it in here. All right, we're gonna season with just a little bit more of this wow, just to kind of bring the flavors out of everything. And we'll continue to give that a good mix. And what we're gonna do next is we're gonna get our Oso Buco back into the dish here. All right, so we got our beef shanks, or Oso Buco, put back into our dish here. And next up, we're gonna add in some red wine here. Now you can use whatever red wine you like. So I just got some red wine here that we got added in. And we're just gonna kind of let that kind of cook down just a little bit. And what that's gonna do is, as it reduces, it's gonna intensify the flavor. So we're gonna just kind of let this go for a little while. All right, guys, now we've had this going here for a little while, and it smells phenomenal already. And we're not even really all the way through this, but we're enough into it. We're gonna move on to the next step, and that's gonna be adding some crushed tomatoes in here. So we're gonna add this in here and kind of mix it around. So now we've got our crushed tomatoes in here with our beef shanks. And next up, we're gonna add a tomato sauce here. It's like a tomato puree, if you will. And now we've got that mixed in here as well. All right, we're gonna let this kind of come together. All right, so next up, we got some beef broth that's gonna go in here. And we're also gonna get our seasonings put in here now. And I've got all my seasonings here mixed together, and this is basically some onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, some bay leaves, that type of situation, some Italian seasoning. So I've got all of this put in here. And I do not have salt in here right now because we did season up our Oso Buco earlier, and this gives us the ability to be able to season it as we go so we don't oversalt it. So now we've got everything into our Dawgfatha here, and basically we're going to go ahead and bring this up to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it back down and just let it kind of reduce and braise away on these on the beef shanks. So we're going to get the lid put on here and just kind of leave it cracked just like that, and I'll bring you guys back in a little bit. All right, so we've been going here for, I don't know, about an hour or so. We've just been maintaining our fire, keeping it with a nice little simmer here. And I've decided to put some herbs in. And so from our fresh garden here, I've got some basil, some rosemary, and a little bit of thyme. So I've got these herbs all bundled up here, and I'm just gonna get them down into this sauce here. And basically just kind of let this kind of leach the flavors out of this, out of these herbs, and get into our Oso Buco here and into our sauce. And just kind of give you an idea, this is what our Oso Buco is looking like at the moment. And we still got a little ways to go. It's not completely tender yet. So we're just going to keep it down into the broth here. And again, maintain our fire. Keep the, keep the simmering going. We're going to get our lid put back on here. And we'll let it keep going. All right, guys, so, with us doing this Oso Buco here on our live fire cooker, I got to ask questions to get you guys involved. Are you into live fire cooking? And if so, what do you cook on? You have a live fire cooker like this, or a Fogues, or a Kenke? What do you cook on? Do you guys do live fire cooking? And what do you cook on? Also, what is your favorite thing to cook whenever you do your live fire cooking? Pop that in the comments section. Let's talk about it. All right, gang. Now, we've been going here for a little over 2 hours. And as you can see, we're still kind of braising away there. And it looks like our Oso Buco is ready to fall apart for us. So we're going to go ahead and get the Oso Buco out. Again, these are beef shanks that we're talking about here. We're just going to pull them out. And we're going to be shredding the meat off of the bone here. And we can see that marrow came right out of there. That's just more flavor. So that's absolutely fantastic. And we're gonna pull our herbs out that we tied up and put in here a little while ago. So we're gonna go ahead and pull that out as well. It's already served its purpose. All right, another little bone there with the marrow that's come out. All right, so we're looking good there. All right, so we got our beef shanks here on this tray. And all I'm gonna be doing here is just kind of shredding the meat apart here, because I'm sure you guys guessed it, this meat's just gonna go right back into this dish. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this shredded apart, and then we'll be able to move on. Okay, as you can see here, I dumped some mushrooms in here because we're fans of mushrooms here. And if you guys aren't, then obviously omit it. Don't put them in there. Not that big a deal. We've got our Oso Buco, or our beef shanks, all taken apart, all kind of cubed up, shredded up, whatever you want to call it. I kind of left them in bigger pieces because, again, we like them to be in bigger pieces. It just feels more hearty when we're eating it, so that's why we left it that way. All right, so now we've got our mushrooms in here, and what I'm going to do now is I am going to be adding some ravioli to this. Now, this is a store-bought ravioli. I'm not really a pasta maker like that, but if you are, feel free to make your own ravioli. But this is just a store-bought cheese ravioli that I'm putting in here. So we're going to kind of mix this through. All right, so we've got our ravioli mixed in here. Next up, we're going to get our shredded beef shanks, or Oso Buco. We're going to get that put back in here as well. And again, we're going to end up mixing this all through. All right, just like that, guys. This is coming together really quickly. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get the lid put back on, and we're going to let this heat through. Now, again, you can taste this before you add your Oso Buco and your pasta in. And if you need to add salt, go for it. Doctor it however you think you may need to for your taste. But for us, I think we're good to go, just the way it is. All right, we're gonna get the lid put back on here. We're gonna let this go to heat through, and I'll bring you back here in a little bit. All right, guys, we have finished our Oso Buco Ravioli on the live fire grill, and I've got it here for us to check out. Now, the only thing I've added to it is I garnished it with some Parmesan cheese as well as some chopped parsley. All in all, this was probably about a 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour cook, closer to 3 hour cook. And it's a fantastically fun time to be out there on the live fire grill. So let's check out this Oso Buco Ravioli and let's get into it. All right, so here's our beautiful Oso Buco Ravioli. So let's see if we can get us a good bite here. Get some of that Oso Buco as well as, oh, that's a big piece right there, but I'm here for it. All right. So we got us some of that Oso Buco as well as our ravioli there. All right, so yeah, let's go in for it. Cheers. All right, here we go. Come on, man. Damn. Stop it. Stop it. This is ridiculously good. Oh my God, man. The flavors in this is just, I mean, absolutely ridiculous. Man, guys, if you haven't tried live fire cooking like this, you've absolutely got to try it. This here is just, I mean, completely awesome. The flavors are just bold. The herbs have come through. I'm just man, I don't even want to keep talking because I just want to get into this. But yeah, if you enjoyed what you saw here, make sure you check out what I got listed right there, as well as click on that subscribe button. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. I got some Oso Buco ravioli to get into, so I'm about to get into it. Peace!